Oh, it's Tim at the TAH Farm. We're going to start another project today. We got a lot of projects. Anyway, got the parts for this cylinder. But before we pull it off, we're going to do something in the workbench. I'll show you that. You've seen my workbench from late. Well, we want to get all this stuff. I already got cleaned off, but we want to get this all vacuumed off. We don't want any of this stuff that could get in there and contaminate the inside of that cylinder and tear something up. So got the shop vac out here. We're going to shop vac it off. And then my daughter picked this up for me about a month ago. So I don't know, Dad, it's $3. You probably could use it. So we're going to take that cylinder apart in there and catch all the oil. I think it'll work out really good. Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, all we got to do is straighten them cotter pins out, pull them out. Them pins come out. So we got that end off. Actually, both ends. I'm gonna tip this over so I can get these loose. Hopefully we don't lose too much oil, but it's in the gravel. Creation will clean it up. So we'll be right back. Well, I gotta get something that's not quite long enough. We're gonna let that drain out in there and we'll be right back. I don't think I'm gonna need any of that. It's so oily down here. But we're gonna do it anyway. All right, let me catch you up. This is called a tie rod hydraulic cylinder. The reason it's tie rod is these rods tie the ends together. And once you get it loose, just tap. It's only that O-ring holding it on. It's a tight fit, but don't beat the whale on those, you'll break them. But tap those off, you can get to that O-ring, and then we'll replace that O-ring. That's part of this kit. All right, here's the kits. So anyway, once you get one end off, then the other end, you can get it to come off. That one took a little work, but I got it off. And then just slide all that out of the cylinder here, and this nut holds this on, and there's two doodads here and there's an O-ring here. So anyway, and there may be an O-ring down in there. We'll have to look when we get it apart. But you want this isolated because this is the ram going back and forth. But once we get this all apart, then we can slide this out and we'll rebuild this seal and wiper and stuff down in there. But right now I'm just sitting on my little stool here, and this is called solder solvent. It's a liquid wash type stuff, kind of like diesel fuel, gasoline. It's a special stuff. I don't know what all it is. Some people clean up with gasoline. This isn't quite that bad, but this is what garages and implement dealers and stuff, and they wash parts. This is the same stuff they use. I have a wash table, but I just never set it up out here in the barn. So anyway, we're gonna keep taking stuff apart, so we'll be right back. Just a lock nut's all it is. And yep, I guess there's not an O-ring in there. Yeah, there is. There's an O-ring right down in there. So we'll get this cleaned up, get this apart, get the seals off of it and get the new seals on it. Make sure we got everything right. So that little groove goes against that O-ring. Will be a little nicer putting another one on, but there you go. All right, I wanted to show you taking that apart. We'll be back. That slides right off, and there's O-rings down it. Well, not really O-rings, they're square rings, but seals and everything else. We're gonna get this cleaned up so we can see exactly what we got, but that's how that comes off. All right, guys. It's been a couple days, and here's why. I tried getting the seal that goes down inside there in there, and I was having all kinds of trouble. So before I tore them up, I took them to the dealer and let them put them down in there. And while they had them, they went ahead and pressed these wiper seals off also. So we're going to start, just all we're doing here is just putting everything back together the way we took it apart. So all right, it's horrible windy. Hope you can hear me. If not, I'll voice this over, but we cycled them a half a dozen times or so. So we're gonna put them together now, put them back in where they go. So hang tight. All right, got our pins all put on. Got these all tightened up. Got it back in its holder groove. Everything's lined up good, filled up. Got them all tightened up. I can now take this safety strap off because they're all hooked up and ready to go. So that's fixing them cylinders. Thanks for watching.